I'm Samantha Valerie, and I'm going to present what factors play a role in increasing and decreasing population growth in Texas and the United States by referring to historical events. During the 1930s, the Great Depression destroyed the economy, which made living standards difficult, and people couldn't find jobs anywhere, leading to a decrease in not only the population, but also a decrease in immigrants. Immigration was cut off due to the fact that people already living in America couldn't find jobs, and more immigrants would just increase the struggle. During the 1940s, the Great Depression was defeated, and the economy started back up again with the World War. Immigrants were moving into America due to the pull factor of labor being available and the push factor of poverty back home. The war established many new jobs for citizens and immigrants, allowing the population to flourish. Laborers were needed to make weapons, ship weapons, nurse people back to health, and provide food. Another factor that plays a role in population growth is birth rate. An example of this in history was the baby boomer period. After World War II, the baby boomer period lasted 36 years. Women in the family usually bore 3 children, and marriage rates reached an all-time high. By the end of the 1930s, only 24 million were born, compared to after the baby boomer period in the 1940s where 32 million were born. An obvious reason for immigrants coming to America is for the new opportunity in employment. And the sources provided don't mention much of this. In my own research, I was able to find a time in history when there was a major influx of immigration. I'm talking about the Industrial Revolution. Immigrants from Great Britain brought the Industrial Revolution to the Americas, as the British were ahead of our time in machinery. During this time, the economy was booming, not much credibility was required for the types of jobs that needed labor, and immigrants were happy to come to the Americas to start a life and grow financially. Many immigrants were attracted to Texas because of its success in the oil field at the time. Immigrants not only came from Great Britain at the time, but there were also Germans and Hispanics coming to the state. Something that was mentioned in the source called Shaping Texas is the impact Texas prisons played in the population. If the rate of incarceration stays consistent, about 24,000 additional prisoners will need to be housed by the year 2020. In the same source, something also important to consider is the immigration of illegal Mexican citizens into Texas. The average number of refugees that settle in Texas is a little over 4,000, including those coming in from Mexico. Something not mentioned in any of the available sources is how natural disasters can affect population growth or decrease it. After Hurricane Katrina hit Louisiana, Texas received about 30,000 evacuees. Natural disasters can also affect places inversely, like the 19,000 hurricane in Galveston that killed over 6,000 after they weren't able to evacuate in time. We can use history to establish what events will affect our population in the future, whether it be new job opportunities, natural disasters, or significant change in the economy.